were shot down. Can you relate that story?
Yeah, that was September 19th of 69. Um, we were working, actually, ironically enough, we'd been working at a base camp out of Vin Long. We usually didn't do that. We went somewhere else, and that was our staging area. And we were the next team to go out. We were sitting around just putzing, doing nothing, actually, loaded up, just sitting around killing time. And suddenly a radio call came in. One of the other teams, the first team that went out, they got shot down. So right away, my pilot was Tom Landry, Red Dog. So Red Dog and I jumped in the chopper and took off out there. And um, to relieve them, so we found out where they were, and we started working the area where they were. But we'd gotten onto this stage, and they were dug in pretty deep. There were a couple different bunkers areas. And what I recall in this is he spotted a guy in a tree. He's like, got one in the tree, and I'm looking, I couldn't see him in the tree. He had some green stuff on himself, you know. Finally, I spotted him, and I used my car, and I fired into him, and I hit him, and he kind of like fell out of the tree down to the bottom of the rice paddy, and he was down in the water. So Red Dog decided that he wanted to fly over him with a minigun and give him another blast. So he did. I hung out on my ship, and I fired with my 79. I had that with me, and I wanted to drop around on top and blow him up too. And just about after I'd fired, that's when I felt the sting on my right hand. And I'm like, whoa, all of a sudden, something stung my hand bad. And I go, I'm hit. And then I hear him say, we're hit. And I thought he was telling them that I'd gotten hit. But the next thing, all I saw was the ground rushed up and boom, bam, we were tumbling every which way. And you hear the engine going and whining and just rolling around. And I'm like, at this moment, I now start to pray. Dear God, please, I don't want to die. And I started thinking about my mother and my brother, my family, and all of that, my grandpa, everybody, you know. And I'm like, whoa, this is bad, you know. And we stopped tumbling, and I could hear the engine whining, and the rotor blades had already been broken off. I had no clue what was going to go on there, but I'm searching around trying to find out how to get out, but my seatbelt's got me locked in, and I eventually get that undone.
And, were you upside down or sideways, or?
We were upside down, and the reason I know that, I don't remember myself being there, but when I got out and I got a few feet away from the ship, I was looking for Red Dog, and I looked back, and there's Red Dog upside down. His face was just covered with blood. So that hit me real hard. I thought, oh my God, he's dead. I passed out then, and the next thing because I don't remember anything else, I was just laying in the water. And next thing I knew, Red Dog was picking me up. And my nickname was Vertigo, but also my name was Joe, but some guys called me Jimmy. And so there was Jim and that in there. So he's like, come on, Jim, let's get the hell out of here. And he kind of picked me up. And the other ships started coming in. In the meantime, rounds are coming at us every which way. Wow. And we climbed up into the back of the other loach. And that's when we took off. And ironically, the night before that, we had a party, a scout party. And we got these scarves, said 7th the 1st Air Cav, and had our nickname on, and we were going to fly with those around our neck just for something to be different than everybody else. Sure. We weren't allowed to wear it on base camp, but we decided that this is what was going to go on. So I had my scarf on me, and it's brand new, but Red Dog was bleeding like a sieve off the top of his forehead. He was open up and got about 45 stitches in there. Mm-hmm. So I took my scarf and I wrapped it around his head and trying to stop him from bleeding everywhere because it was just all over us and tied him down. And since the good side was where we got shot down, we were only about 10 minutes away from the hospital, Ben Toohey Hospital. So Sewell, he flew and he took us right over to Ben Toohey Hospital. And they took us in there right away. And we spent almost a week there. We were lucky. We were real lucky. One of the rounds hit the transmission, blew the engine right on out. But we were lucky that I just got like winged and he got hit in the head. But we had concussions, bruises, broken teeth, that kind of thing. I had 52 days left in Vietnam. Then 20 days later, I was flying with C.W. White, and we went down to the Human Forest. And that's when I got shot down the second time.